Welcome to today's deep dive. We have a pretty intense stack of source material to break down just for you today.
Yeah, it's an incredibly chilling true crime report.
Right, and our mission today is to kind of cut through the noise of those sensationalized headlines. We really want to piece together the timeline, the motives, and the deeply complex mental health factors at play.
Specifically in a tragic shooting that took place on March 14th, 2025 in London, Kentucky.
Okay, let's unpack this. The details of this case are honestly just stark. We are looking at an event centered around 27-year-old Brianna Rich.
Who actually called 911 herself and just bluntly confessed to the dispatcher. She said, "I just shot at my mother."
And if you look at the police reports, the scene itself was full of wild contradictions.
So many contradictions. She allegedly shot her 50-year-old mother, Carol Rich, around 5 times.
But while she's on the phone with 911, she is actively performing first aid.
Right, she tells dispatchers she's holding blankets on the wounds, she notes the heavy bleeding, and even explicitly states that her mother doesn't have a pulse.
And sadly, Carol was pronounced dead
Hmm.
right there at the scene. But wait, if Brianna is lucid enough to perform first aid and check for a pulse, doesn't that completely undermine the idea that she was in the middle of some total mental break?
You would certainly think so, yeah. But the human brain does strange things during violent trauma. It's actually a recognized psychological phenomenon where a perpetrator will immediately administer first aid after a violent act.
Driven by like a massive adrenaline crash, maybe.
Exactly. Or it's a form of dissociation where the reality of the violence suddenly snaps into focus and extreme remorse or panic sets in instantly. They essentially wake up from the impulse that drove the attack.
Wow, that is terrifying to think about.
It really is. And while she is doing that first aid, the dispatcher asks her what led up to the shooting. What's fascinating here is the justification Brianna offered on that call.
She claimed her mother came at her, right? Trying to hurt and choke her.
Yes, but it's the specific phrasing she used that stands out. She told them, "It's been going on for a while now. I haven't been able to go out of the house."
Right, so she paints this vivid picture of being held captive, or at least feeling physically trapped.
But when you talk to the rest of the family, a very different reality emerges. Family members revealed she was actually staying there to deal with a severe drug relapse.
Right, she had apparently been sober for 2 years prior to this.
Which completely shifts how we view her claim of not being able to leave the house. When someone goes through a severe substance relapse, especially with stimulants, it frequently triggers intense paranoia or delusions of persecution.
So what feels like literal captivity to the person experiencing the relapse might actually be a family member simply trying to keep them safe and indoors.
Precisely.
To make matters even heavier, Brianna's older sister, Bridget Rich, provided some shocking context. This wasn't an isolated incident.
No, years ago, Brianna allegedly tried to stab Carol, but was stopped by Carol's boyfriend at the time.
So there is a deeply documented history of severe tension here. And given that history, here's where it gets really interesting. Brianna is currently charged with murder and is being held at the Laurel County Correctional Center.
But the court has ordered her to undergo an inpatient competency exam before her June 1st hearing.
And for context, an inpatient competency exam means she isn't just being interviewed once. She's being observed 247 in a psychiatric facility.
Right. The goal is to see if she actually understands the charges against her and can help her lawyers, or if she's legally unfit to even participate in her own defense. If we connect this to the bigger picture, this case highlights the devastating intersection of substance abuse, documented family violence, and the complex challenge the justice system faces in determining a defendant's mental competency to stand trial.
So what does this all mean? For you listening, it is a stark reminder of how quickly a domestic situation can fatally escalate when underlying mental health and addiction issues go unresolved.
Absolutely. And it leaves us with a profound puzzle. I want to leave you with a final question to ponder on your own that wasn't discussed today. When a defendant like Brianna claims self-defense but is later ordered to undergo a competency exam, how does the legal system differentiate between a genuine delusion born of a mental break and a fabricated story designed to avoid a murder conviction?